Wholesale can be a whole new world, and it's something so many e-commerce entrepreneurs don't think about. But according to Krista Jones, it can be a game changer. And she knows really well. Her t-shirt business, Rockledge Designs, crossed the $1 million mark in July of 2021, and she did it in less than 2 years, thanks to a big old chunk of wholesale love. Did I just get your attention? Let me repeat myself. This delightful Alabama wife and mom went from zero to $1 million in 22 months, selling a product most people think is a saturated market. So fun. And her numbers are still climbing. She did it without a huge social media following and did it without, wait for it, drum roll, without Facebook ads. That is a huge story there. She did it while providing income opportunities for other moms in the area on top of it. So get the whole story on her wholesale rockstar status now in this episode of Because I Can Live podcast. Let's go.
I live in Alabama and I have 3 kids. They span in ages from 4 to 15. So my quiet place is my car. I am currently sitting in my car hiding from my family. I love them, but they're not super quiet. So I know they'll be flipping in and out. And so I sit in my car sometimes for that quiet time.
I love it. When you first came on, I'm like, are you in the carpool lane? You're like, oh no, this is my quiet time. I'm hiding from my family.
Yep.
Oh, that's so fun. Okay, then the next big bomb that you dropped was that you've been selling a lot of products. Do you want to tell everybody what your business is? A little inside stuff. We have so much to talk about today. I can't even wait to dig in.
We started, I guess it was like end of 2018. I bought an embroidery machine for my sister who was killing it on Etsy. And so I thought, she had a bunch of kids at that point and she just didn't have time. So I thought, okay, I'll try it. Well, embroidery didn't work out for me. I never could quite figure out how the machine worked. So around March, we started doing sublimation. We did t-shirts. So I joined the 0 to 100K in September of 2019. And then I did Next Level in August. And so that was kind of a big turning point. We talked at that time about wholesale. And so we added wholesale in. And so from September of 2019 to July of 2021, we crossed the $1 million mark.
Woohoo! I think we just need to celebrate the heck out of that for a second. Did you ever think that you'd be able to cross $1 million mark selling like the world's most saturated product?
Absolutely not. This was like a little side thing that I started in a metal building in the back of my yard. So it has come a long way. We have a totally different, I don't know how we structure our business, I guess, and how that all works. And, obviously we're not still in that metal building anymore. It's pretty crazy, but I mean, it started as a, let's help the family not live paycheck to paycheck anymore. And I still can't believe, like, it still blows my mind to even think about it, where we're at today.
That is so fun to hear. Okay. You've done it different though. Like you came in trying to do the embroidery stuff, trying to do sublimation, and then trying to sell customer to customer, but then you switched it to more wholesale. So you talk about some of the unconventional ways that you're running your business.
Yeah. So I think really one thing that kind of sets us apart and makes us kind of different than the average, really any business, but especially t-shirt business, is we don't have any kind of warehouse. We don't have a big factory or any kind of building. What we do is we set up shops in people's homes so that, they have the opportunity to have a job and make money while they've got kids running around, and they can do the work on their own schedule and in their own home. I love that it's something that we can offer. It does have some challenges. There's, some logistics things that we have to sort out about, where to ship different shirts to so that they can make them. But we have kind of worked out a system that works really well for us. And it's just created a really fun opportunity for a lot of people that, maybe can't go to regular 9 to 5. It also was actually kind of a huge blessing during COVID because they didn't have to leave their home and they could still do their job and we could still provide product to customers. So that really helped kind of pull us through during that.
Are they local or are they spread out all over?
Yeah, so most of them are local. I've got one actually that our first house that we bought, my husband and I, when we were young and only had one child. We bought it and we outgrew it. And so she actually is renting that house from us, and we were able to just leave the original shop there in that house. And then Arab, I've got a couple of employees in Arab, and my manager, she lives in Arab, which is, I don't know, maybe like 45 minutes from us. But so we're all pretty local here, and I feel like it's kind of a family atmosphere. I hope that they feel that way about me as well.
They produce shirts for you that you sell online. They don't go out and sell their own shirts. Is that right?
That's correct.
So you show the designs, you send them the shirts, and they're helping you to fulfill. And so you're not fulfilling every single shirt. Correct.
I don't. And that's something that, we can kind of talk about how I do everything, how I kind of juggle everything. But that is one of the amazing things. We do everything through G Suites. And so they have access to all of the designs. We ship them the shirts. They have their equipment in their house, and they handle all the fulfillment and shipping. And I don't have to lay hands on product anymore. So
that is so awesome. Yes, I'd love to go into more detail about that. And you said G Suite, right? Just Google all the files.
Yeah, where there's Drive. We do everything on spreadsheets or on Google Sheets, and Google Drive is where we store all of our designs and things like that. So
I'm so grateful for the people that created Google Drive. It has made business so much easier.
Yes, love it so much.
Okay, so
so much.
So talk about the logistics of how you do that, of getting shirts to them, of orders fulfilled, of buying the machine and putting it in their house, knowing that it's not a cheap machine, knowing that they'll not call you tomorrow and be like, sorry, I broke the machine again.
Well, that has a lot to do with trust. I really love our staff. Everybody is amazing, and I really trust them. We do have contracts that Evan created for us that they do have to sign, saying that this equipment technically belongs to us, and, they're to care for it as if it was their own, basically. We check in and, pop in every now and then, just because there's always bound to be issues. If there's some kind of, problems, we'll pop by and try to help troubleshoot and that sort of thing. So we kind of have our eye on things, but really it's trust, and it's my manager. She's so amazing. She does all of the supply ordering. So we have a Google sheet that has kind of a list of all of our supplies, and every week they go in and kind of mark what they have, what they don't have. And then she just goes in and orders and has it shipped directly to them. She checks the orders that come in. We're on several different platforms. So she just looks at all those orders, figures out what shirts are needed. And we have a sheet that has all of the orders are assigned to a specific person. And so they know what shirts are coming to them and what orders they need to fulfill. They know how to go into the systems, into all the platforms, and handle the fulfillment. So that's something else that we kind of do that kind of, I feel like is something that all business owners should think about, is creating what we call our SOPs, our standard operating procedures. Basically, it's a blueprint of the business, step-by-step instructions. It has made training so much easier. It's a step-by-step guide that is like all of our processes, how everything works, all of the platforms, instructions on those. Basically, that document alone keeps everything consistent. So quality stays the same across the board. Their blueprint on if they have any questions or they're unsure about something, they can go there and probably find the answer, because that's how kind of dialed in we keep that. So that's a huge thing. Always, 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 write down your processes so that you can have others help.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Do you pay them per shirt or an hourly rate? Are they employees? Are they customer service? How does that all work?
So I have my manager. She does, she's hourly or salary actually. She's salary and bonus, and she does, gosh, everything. She does customer service, ordering. She handles HR type issues, things like that. And then we have what we call the pressers, which are the ones that actually make the shirts and fulfill the shirts. They are per shirt. They get paid per shirt. You know, when we do well, they do well. And that's the goal for everybody. Pretty much the things I do these days and how it's allowed me to kind of keep doing what I do is basically I handle, you know, paying the bills and the expense sheets and things like that. I really like to pick all the designs. I feel like that kind of keeps business who we are. I have a specific style. So that's something I haven't figured out how to hire out yet. And I don't know that I ever want to because I really enjoy that part of the process. Picking the designs that we're going to use. The one thing I really struggle with though is letting designs go. That's another thing.
What do you mean? What do you mean letting designs go? Like letting someone else design them?
No, well, yes. Yes and no. My goal is to eventually hire a graphic designer that is just exclusive to us and they create all of our designs. Nobody else can use them unless they copy them kind of situation. That's kind of the direction we're headed. And I think I actually might have found somebody local that actually works with my husband in the schools, which would be amazing. She's working on some designs for me right now. And if everything works out, I would love to be able to hire her to do all of our designs for us. And she kind of knows my style. So that'll take some dialing in, but I just love that part of the process. I love all my designs. I pick designs because they mean something to me or they bring me joy or, you know, I just look at them and they make me smile. And so that's how I pick the designs. And so we really struggle like right now today, if you were to go to the website, we probably have like 900 different designs, which is insane and not where we want to be. Yeah, that's not where we want to be. It creates overwhelm, decision fatigue. That is a real thing. I struggle with it. And so I know customers struggle with it too. They go in there, they look and they get really overwhelmed because there's too much. And so about once a year we go in and we have a big meeting and we scrap designs and we say, okay, these are the ones we're going to let go. And I struggle with that because I do it based on emotion and I know I need to look at the numbers and let the numbers speak. It is a business. So it's not all about what I want. It's about what the customers want. So that is something that we're about to actually do tomorrow. We have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow where we're going to go and look at the numbers and that's going to help us decide what we pull and what we keep. Just that way, you know, so we can have fresh stuff, but also not have too much stuff that it gets overwhelming. And also hopefully to kind of lead to one of our next goals is to keep inventory on hand. Like we have a pretty quick turnaround time most of the time. We ran into a couple little shipping hiccups back a couple months ago, but right now we're at probably like a 4 to 5 day turnaround time. But there are some bigger opportunities that bigger companies that have reached out, but they want like a 2-day turnaround. So we are going to be ordering a bunch of inventory, narrowing our designs down, and hopefully the goal is we're going to have a 2-day turnaround, all original designs. And another big thing we're about to do is we're going to buy UPC codes.
Nice.
That can open up some bigger doors too there. So exciting stuff happening.
So cool. So cool. Okay. How many of these little shops do you have? Like how many people have these presses in their machine or in their house?
Yeah. So we actually have 3 right now. And we are hopefully, if all of the plans work out as anticipated, I'm hoping that we're actually going to have a big growth spurt. And so I'm thinking we'll probably have to double that. Is what I'm hoping. That's what I'm shooting for. So.
Okay. So in the beginning you were doing all the shirts and now you're doing none of the shirts. Is that right?
That is exactly how it happened. Yep.
And then you're focused on the thing that you love.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about, you're shipping out a lot of shirts. Where are you selling them? Or is it mainly on your site? You said you had 900 designs on your site. Is this 900 on all the other sites too?
Yes. So that is something that we can touch on. So we do. We were on, so I know in the course, like, it's really good to test a bunch of platforms, but something that I am learning, or that I have learned recently, is that yes, test them. Yes, they might work out, but sometimes less is more.
Yep.
Because what happened is we got on so many platforms and we had so many designs that it became too much to keep up with. And we weren't able to do the best job at presenting them. Like, we've had some issues with photography. We've had, just not being able to keep them updated. It was just too much. It was too much. And so I went and I was looking, and I realized that, we were doing 80%. I don't know the numbers exactly. I'm going to go with, we were doing 80% of our sales on 20% of the platforms, 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
So we decided to jump off of several this last month. And so right now we are on Faire, Abound, and we have our website. And so our main focus right now is getting everything back in order, really taking the time to make sure the product photography is amazing. Because right now it's not what I want it to be. All of our descriptions are the same for every shirt. It just talks about the shirt, not necessarily, that specific one. So there's a lot of things. We would rather have less platforms and, have a better focus on, making them the best they can be, I guess you could say.
For sure.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Really narrowing.
Do you run any ads on these platforms?
No, we do not currently. Faire doesn't do anything like that. And Abound doesn't either. I am a part of Brian Bowman's course, and I have been kind of working through it, but I have not been brave enough to do Facebook ads yet. So that is something that is coming in the pipeline. There's a lot of things. I have big plans, actually. Something I've been struggling with a lot lately is, anxiety and overwhelm, and in searching there and trying to figure out keeping the balance between, business, family, everything that I'm trying to juggle right now. One of the things that I've really kind of latched onto is the law of abundance, which I know gets talked about a lot, but having that giving mindset. And I feel like we're in a place where there's so much that we can do and so much we have to offer. So there's a lot in the work there that I want to try with offering like a bundle, like maybe a buy two and we donate one. And so I want to really incorporate that like into our Facebook ads. So when we start doing Facebook ads, I really want to show what our bigger mission is, I guess. So I'm trying to get those things kind of in order and worked out, exactly what the plan is, because I've got a couple different ideas. Maybe offering an upsell shirt that is a specific shirt for a specific cause, and having it as an upsell where you buy your shirt, but if you also buy this other shirt, 100% of the profits or proceeds from that shirt gets donated to that specific cause, and things like that. I also, so basically, yes, we're trying to do Facebook ads. We're getting there, but
I think we need to just stop for a moment and just think about that. You created $1 million business with 0 ads. And so everybody that's listening and they're like, I got to learn Facebook ads and I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to do this. There's one more thing that I want to talk about that we talked about earlier that you hate. Like, you're busting down all these self doubts or the limiting beliefs that entrepreneurs have about building their business of, oh, I've got to do every single product and I've got to ship every single product. And how you're like, we're not trying to do everything now. We're pulling it back in and we're not running Facebook ads. It's just so inspirational and so fun to hear your story. So yeah, you'll get to Facebook ads. I didn't do Facebook. I dabbled in it for a hot second and lost all my money to Mark Zuckerberg. When I was running the e-commerce stores, I tried to do everything I can without paying Mark Zuckerberg. The course is different, but all my e-commerce stuff, like, let's figure out how to not pay Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, it's great at a time and a place when you have ads dialed in, you have product dialed in, but just to turn them on, no way, no way. So yeah, good. I'm glad you're going to use Brian when you decide to turn those on, but you got a good thing going, Krista. You got a really good thing.
And a side note on Facebook ads, just a cautionary tale. In the middle of all of this, I decided I wanted to try to do some boutique clothes too. And I shortcut everything. I did not follow the course. I did everything that I'm not supposed to do. I paid for the website. I paid for somebody to make a website. It was beautiful. And I turned that failure into a good thing because I actually ended up modeling my current website off of, I was able to look at the back end of that website to build my current one. So, which was way better than what I had initially. So I don't feel like that was a complete waste of money, but I also paid an ad agency a lot of money for nothing. Like we had sales, but then we also had a lot of returns on boutique clothes, and like it was a disaster. There's no telling, probably $30,000 that I probably paid that agency and ended up not even continuing that business. So cautionary tale, don't pay either. Really learn it and know what you're doing before you jump in, because that's probably part of the reason why I'm so nervous to do them again. But yeah, I trust Brian and I trust his course and his process. So I'm pretty excited once we get there.
For sure. And I'm actually interviewing him a little bit later because of that. People are like, oh, I've got a product, I'm just going to turn on Facebook ads. Nope, that's not how it works. Facebook will drive traffic, but if your offer can't convert, they just take your money. Yep. And yeah, you've got to know the basics when you hire a Facebook ad agency, if you go that route, to know if it's really working or if they're saying, oh, we just need to get a little bit more information when they don't need to. So yeah, having that information for sure. Okay, can we talk about one? Well, there's probably like 15 other gajillion things we could talk about. I could talk to you forever. Can we talk about the thing that you don't like to do? That this is so perfect. I love these unconventional ways of running a business because it just breaks down every thought when someone comes into the business of, oh my gosh, I don't want to ship everything myself. Oh my gosh, I don't do this. I don't want to do this. Do you want to talk about that third thing?
Yes. So social media, I am terrible at social media. I personally don't post hardly anything, on the personal side. But I definitely don't do anything on the business side either. I do pay a company to, I think it's like 2 posts a week. Now I do that now, but that just happened like a couple months ago. But before that, we tried to post every now and then, both Lexi, my manager, and myself, and it's just not our thing. Neither one of us enjoy it. Neither one of us, we're all like, what do we say? We don't know what to say. I don't even really know how Instagram works, honestly. Like I go in and I try to look at things and I'm like, I don't have a clue. So yeah, so social media, don't have to do it.
That's right. If you don't do social media, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't have to. You don't have to. So you've been both in wholesale and in business to customer. So B2B is business to business. So that's wholesale. And then B2C is business to customer. Which one do you like better and why?
Yeah. So I love wholesale because that's where we make all of our money right now. It's easy in the sense of you can jump on platforms like Faire and Tundra and Abound and Fashion Go and all of those. You can do all of those things, and it kind of provides you with, customers, and they order more, but they pay a lot less. So there's kind of the drawbacks. It's more work and less, payout, but it's a lot easier in my opinion. We don't have to work as hard, I guess you could say. With that being said, I really, our main focus right now is to drive traffic to the retail side. Well, I'm hoping all of the things we've talked about that we're going to be implementing and starting, I'm hoping kind of drive the retail side and the retail sales up so that we can get in front of, more people and kind of spread our message. And I'm really excited about all of the different kind of give back things that we're going to be implementing. And I really hope everybody else feels that and wants to support that too. So that's kind of our focus moving forward is retail side, the B2C.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So can I go back to Faire? Do you have any tips? Let's say someone's listening and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be on Faire. What are things that have helped you to be successful on that platform?
So I love Faire. Faire is our number one platform. And they have amazing representatives that will help you if you have any questions. They also are really good about running like promotions and things and helping the sellers and the buyers. So they offer really good incentives to kind of pull buyers onto their platform. And I'll be honest, like kind of one of the things I struggle with the success is that I don't feel like we do anything special. I don't feel like we do anything different than anybody else could do. That's kind of been a tough point for me. I always feel like I need to work more, work harder, or do more to kind of justify the success, but there's really no secret. We follow the course, we follow your teachings, and, we just try to offer the best product that we can and provide the best customer service experience, because there's always issues. We're all human. We all make mistakes. There's always going to be issues. So we really pride ourselves on, really prompt responses. Anytime somebody reaches out, we try to get back to them immediately. And we just try to be really accommodating for everybody. But other than that, I don't feel like there's really any secrets to it. You do the work, you make sure your photos look good. You make sure, obviously I'm a little biased, but I love our products. I love our designs. I pick them out.
They're amazing,
but
they're so good.
So just, if you have a good product that you believe in and you follow the steps and make sure, your pricing is on point and your photography is on point, all of the P's that you talk about, then I think you'll do just fine. I think you just have to get started. I didn't even really consider it until we went through the next level and we really started talking about wholesale. And that was kind of that when the light bulb went off of like, okay, we just need to try it. So if you have a product, anybody out there, if you have a product that you can, I would highly suggest just sign up, just get started, just do it. I feel like it's just a game changer. It really was for us.
I love it. Because so many people are like, what's the secret sauce? How do these people do this? And I'm like, it's called work. that's the secret sauce. It's work and consistency and being willing to try again. That's the secret sauce. It really is, of just continually showing up every single day. Well, except for Saturdays and Sundays. I say that, but I still show up some of those days too.
We do the same. We try to make sure we take that time with our families and keep that balance, but it's always there. It's always the dings on the phone, can't help but look, and an issue arises. You just want to get it handled. That's me at least.
Oh, okay. So now, you have a discount for everybody that's listening, right? Do you want to talk about that?
Yes. Yeah. So, and that's something that I kind of want to elaborate a little bit on. So because we do retail and wholesale, we have a company policy where our minimum list price is $20. And what that means is on the platform, if people ask or it's in our terms and things like that, we don't want our customers to sell the shirts for less than $20. So with that being said, we also honor that, and we don't want to undercut our wholesale customers, obviously. So our retail discount is CanFam20, and you can pick up a $20 t-shirt.
Oh, that's so great. What's your website?
It is shoprockledgedesigns.com.
Okay. And was stalking your site right before. Your t-shirt designs are phenomenal. They are so cute. The autumn State of Mind rainbow one is darling.
Yes.
That's so fun. So fun. A $20 t-shirt, that's a heck of a deal. Everybody go stock up.
And
everybody go stock up.
So.
And it's CanFam20, CanFam20.
Correct.
Okay.
That's it.
Awesome. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? Because we really could talk for the next 3 hours.
That's what I was about to say. I have so much that I would love to talk about. But I think that I've probably taken enough of your time today.
Oh, this is so good. Thank you so much for coming on and being so willing to share. I have pages of notes. They're so good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. So honored to have this opportunity.
All right. Talking with Krista and hearing her story is so dang inspiring. It's not just taking an everyday product and getting awesome sales with it. She's been willing to do things differently. She runs her business in a way that makes sense for her and her family. I love the fact that her company creates incomes for other moms too. That was huge for me. But what makes Krista's story so great is that she tells you right up front, there's no secret sauce. Yes, she uses wholesale, but at the end of the day, her success comes from doing the work. She shows up, she's willing to try new things, and she is consistent. So good. So good. Okay, here are my top 10 takeaways from this conversation. And trust me, it was really hard to narrow it down to just 10. Here we go. Number 1, wholesale can be a big game changer. Number 2, it's okay to have an unconventional approach if it works for you. Number 3, business can create opportunities for others. Number 4, create written, detailed SOP, standard operating procedures. Number 5, streamline to help your customers avoid decision fatigue. Number 6, make business decisions based on numbers, not emotions. Number 7, test sell platforms, but remember, less is more. Number 8, don't try to sell everything. Find your lane. Number 9, learn from your mistakes. And number 10, you can build a business without a huge social media following. I hope you loved that podcast episode as much as I did. I got all the dopamine rushes talking from her and diving into how she's built this beautiful, game-changing business for her and other families in her area. Let me know how you like this podcast episode. Don't forget to review, follow, review, all the things. Let's get her story out there for the world to hear, this inspiration, and so they can change their lives as well. All right, go out there, have a beautiful day, put that money in your pocket where it belongs, and we'll see you next week. Bye.